So what was funnier, this or Ted?
I probably laughed harder at certain scenes in Ted, but like consistently, this was a funnier movie.
I love all the dad jokes and like everything's taken literally.
And then there's just a lot of chaos happens in it.
Yeah, right off the bat, I'll just say like the two negatives I have. One is the acting, especially with the girl, Elaine, was fucking horrible.
Yeah, the acting was pretty cheesy and shitty.
I was fine with the dude, whatever his name was.
Ted? Right? Was that his name? His name Ted?
Was it really Ted? That's too big of a coincidence.
I swear it was Ted. That's what they called him. It literally is Ted. Ted Stryker.
Oh my god, it was meant to be. He was okay because it was like cheesy and it kind of added to the humor.
Yeah.
But for Elaine, it was just kind of like really bad. But whatever, it barely matters.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was pretty shit too. I mean, that's expected. It's
Yeah.
not an actor.
And also his part was so small but so funny. Like,
He's literally just Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's all it is. It's just him playing like a second identity.
and the other negative is just kind of like in the beginning, or maybe just the whole movie. It's just paced. It feels really long.
I felt the same way. I was gonna say like the first half was a little slow for me. It definitely picked up in the end. The jokes just started flying left and right in the end. It was pretty great. Maybe like the last third, but it did start a little slow for me.
It wasn't even just that, because there's also some parts. It's whenever they get serious where it's really drawn out. Like the dancing part was pretty long, and like
That was funny though. I like that.
yeah, it's like just nonstop jokes throughout. So I don't know what made it feel a little bit slower, because I've noticed this. I've watched this movie at least 4 times now, and each time it does kind of drag.
No, I agree. The seriousness. I don't know if I'd call it serious, but when they try to build backstory, I guess that's kind of like when it gets a little slow. Because there's not as many jokes, which there's still a lot. But
I know, it's like not saying much, because there's still a joke every frame of the movie.
yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's just older.
Yeah, I agree. But I like can't like that's like the only thing I can think of. Like they try to like show some background.
Yeah, like there has to be some sort of flimsy backbone of a plot for it to work.
I want to say you can't just throw some random guy out there with Vietnam flashbacks and then like they gotta have some backstory. But it did make it drag a little bit in the start.
Yeah, but other than that, like I don't have any negatives because it's just all humor.
It's really cheesy, but in a good way. In a good way.
This movie literally created the like taking meanings literally, like when he keeps calling him Shirley. Like surely this can be done, right?
He's like, stop calling me Shirley.
Yeah, like that's so fucking funny to me.
Lay down all the lights and they just dump lights on the fucking...
Yeah, laid out all the lights. They just shatter all of them on the runway. He said something about like shit hitting the fan. They literally
throw shit at a fan.
It's just like dad humor. And then there's the racist stuff, which didn't age as well.
Yeah, I mean, there is some shit that didn't age well. A lot of racial stereotype jokes, a lot of religious stereotype jokes. When the Kramer got to the airport and all the people trying to hand out their religious like shit to him, beating the shit out of him.
Yes, that's my favorite scene probably. But yeah, the black people speaking jive.
That was wild.
I don't know if anyone would take offense from that.
No, probably maybe today. Back then it was hilarious.
What else is there to even say? It was just joke after joke.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of plot to it. There's a lot of like iconic moments I didn't realize they were from this movie. I mean, you brought it up. We watched Ted, and they literally remade the whole dancing scene. I never knew that gift of like when he's trying to land a plane, it's just fucking water like pouring down his face because he's sweating so hard. Mm-hmm. I've seen that gif all over the place. I didn't know that was from this.
The most famous one is like I like my coffee black, like my men. So yeah, this is like essential comedy. So many movies reference this movie.
This is pop culture right here.
It is. Like, this should be fucking watched in film classes for comedies.
No, I don't know about that.
What else is there?
Maybe like a college film.
That's what I mean.
I mean, some of that shit didn't age well.
No.
Like, to be shown in school.
But neither did, like,
Well, And then again, you're right. They show a lot of movies that probably didn't age well.
Yeah, because I remember watching some film and the professor was like, "Okay, remember, guys, this was from from the '80s."
But this movie's doing it on purpose. That was just a way of life back then.
Exactly. Yeah. You can't blame the culture at the time. We moved past that. I've seriously never like this is a comedy film to me where it's literally only jokes. Like Ted could almost be considered a drama.
There's like a legitimate plot inside.
Yeah, like I like these. I guess you could almost call it like just a parody because it's just reference after reference.
Yeah, it's like a parody, but not parody of a film. It's just like its own. It's just a big joke.
Yeah,
big jokes.
And I miss that type. The only other movie like this is Hot Shots, which is from the same people, and Naked Gun.
I heard of Naked Gun. I don't know if I heard of Hot Shot.
Hot Shots is literally just this, but with Top Gun. It's just a parody of Top Gun with Charlie Sheen. But it's the same humor. Like, it's perfect. I might like Hot Shots more than this. Maybe. They're probably tied. I give it a 9 out of 10. It's my favorite comedy ever.
Oh, I liked it. I'll give it a... I didn't like love it like you, I'd say, but I still liked it a lot. I'd give it a B+.
97%, 89%. Oh, here's a kind of a stinker a little bit. It's like
It's
average.
juvenile.
Juvenile of getting unfunny and even ridiculous. The gags falling completely flat, but at least the parody has inspired a lot of moments and delicious references.
I feel like there were probably references I didn't understand since the movie's from like 1980.
Well, that's the best part. Again, I've seen it I think this is the 4th time. Every time I discover like a new joke. There's dated references and there's just like subtle puns.
The dated ones are, I feel like some of those, I feel like there are times they like mention someone's name and I just don't know who that person is and it just went right over my head.
The whole bit with the lady in the hospital who was like acting like that one actress. She was like singing.
Yeah, that went over my head. I
had no clue who that was.
Was that like an actual actress from like a movie?
Yeah, it
like,
had to be.
Replaying her role.
Yeah. But the other thing, like, did you even notice the airplane, every time it cuts to like the airplane, it's making helicopter sounds?
No.
And like when he's in the bar, the best part of that costume is he says he's in the Air Force. He's wearing like a Navy outfit.
See, that's just detail I didn't pay attention.
That's what I mean. Every time I watch, I discover something new. That's what makes it so great. The slapstick violence and crude jokes. Every teenage boy will pause the film at the 40-minute mark. That's like the one scene with tits.
Is that the
in it.
tits?
Yeah. Are all abounding through the film. The jokes are just not up to par with other comic films. What? Even some it was in against from the 80s.
I'm just mind blown. This guy took the time to hit shift and then for every start of the word.
I know. How is this possible? This had obviously made some fans happy because it got a sequel. I didn't even know there was a sequel until you mentioned it at the start.
Until I looked it up before we watched it.
Yeah, and I'm not watching that shit. There's no way it comes even close.
Well, according to its rating, it sucked.
Yeah, I can see that. I remember this movie being a lot funnier in the 90s, but the jokes hasn't aged very well. If you're interested in old comedies, I would recommend Top Secret. We have to watch Top Secret. Or Naked Gun, which we also have to watch. Oh my. Oh, here it is. Here's the cancel culture. I can see why this movie is popular amongst the white privilege, but this movie is utter trash. There are racist, homophobic, misogynistic, and pedophilic jokes.
Maybe it's true.
It's true, but come on.
All that is in there.
Do you want them to go back in time and edit it?
You gotta take it for when it came out, man.
Yeah. And unless it's truly, like, really digging in there trying to be offensive, I don't think they had any of those kind of jokes.
It's just stereotypes. I mean, stereotypes aren't good, but I guess depending on how you look at it, like those guys, the people in the tribe essentially were amazing at basketball because they're all black.
Something is wrong with our rating system where a poorly acted campy comedy would get an 89%. What's wrong with a campy comedy? People like that. Yet a spectacular movie like The Producers only gets 63%. Mind you, I like comedies. This movie has good moments, but the acting is second rate and not that funny of a movie. I prefer a classic comedy like Young Frankenstein.
How old is Young Frankenstein?
That's with Gene Wilder. I think it's
74.
74. Oh shit. People really like this movie. I'm not gonna lie. How? Really? I didn't find it that funny.
I didn't see it, but I know of it.
This guy said Scary Movie is a classic.
Jesus Christ. They're like, all right, calm down.